We all know the Suncoast is a pretty great place to live, and one of the main reasons is our sense of community and how we all look out for each other. Sarasota County's Crime Stoppers is a big part of keeping us safe. Today we welcome Crime Stoppers Secretary Karen Sellers and Sarasota County Sheriff Kurt Hoffman. Great to have you both with us.
Thank you for having us.
So we're fortunate to live in a fairly low violent crime area, but that doesn't mean we escape all crimes. I know scams and frauds, economic crimes are actually a pretty big problem here. Sheriff, tell me what types of things you're running into out there.
Certainly. Actually, they're on the increase in that particular category. You're right about violent crime, but because of our elderly population here in Southwest Florida, it is kind of a target-rich environment for scammers and fraudsters. There's a variety of ways that they do it. And unfortunately, it's caused hundreds of thousands of dollars of economic damage to these folks. We had almost $4 million in attempted fraud just during the COVID relief payments that were being made here in Southwest Florida. So it is prevalent. There's a variety of ways that they scam people, anywhere from trying to repair your computer online and then getting in and getting your data. The jury scam fraud right now is prevalent. We've had several cases just recently with that. We're actually up in Tennessee investigating some suspects who left Florida, fled Florida, and are in Tennessee, so that's a very popular one. We have one called the grandparent scheme, where somebody will call and pretend to be a grandson or granddaughter. My mother was actually a victim of that. They call in the middle of the night, they say it's an emergency, they need some money. So there's a whole variety of different scams that are out there, some computer-based, some electronic, some email, some phone. So yeah, unfortunately we have a lot of that.
People taking advantage of our good people.
For sure.
Karen, how does Crime Stoppers get involved with this?
We just, in the community, give the public the avenue to report crimes anonymously. And if they know something, they see something, they need to say something. They need to give the best tips that they possibly can so that the local law enforcement can pursue their investigation and make an arrest. And we do that throughout the community. We're in, we do a lot of different community activities. We're at the Sheriff's Open House. We're out at the Trick or Treat. We're at homeowners associations, community associations. We will go wherever anybody will allow us to share our information and give out our little goodies with our QR code. And that's what we do. We just make the software and the phone numbers, the website, our mobile app available to the public, and know that it's a safe way to report crime anonymously.
And it really is all about sharing information. So let's share with our viewers a little bit, since there are numerous types of ways that fraud can occur. What can we do to avoid being caught? What can we teach our elderly family members?
Sure, this kind of applies across the various scams that we're seeing, but folks are trying to get your personal information, right? Whether that's via email, whether that's on phone, whether it's on social media, whatever. Social Security, date of birth, mother's maiden name, all those things that we use, PIN numbers, passwords. If you're talking to somebody or communicating with somebody that you don't know, that's not a family member, or it's not somebody that's a bank representative that you know, or from whatever company you're dealing with, then we shouldn't be giving that information out. Unfortunately, as I mentioned, with the elderly folks that we have here, a lot of times they'll call and say, you've got a virus on your computer, if you'll just let me get in there and fix that. And they get in there and they get all the personal information that they need to then be able to file for application for a credit card, to open up a loan, to purchase gift cards, a variety of ways that they can cash in on that personal information. So first and foremost, don't give that out to anybody, and try to communicate in person if you can with your bank and your banking institution. Secondly, across all of these scams, if you think that you have been the victim of a scam, particularly if you have lost money or your identity has been compromised, you need to reach out to law enforcement. If it's in unincorporated Sarasota County, you can call the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office, our Economic Crimes Unit that handles that. Their telephone number is 941-861-4900. If you're in the city of Sarasota, Manatee, some other jurisdiction, contact law enforcement. And I tell people, I know they're embarrassed when they've been scammed.
Yeah, it's hard.
But you have to think in terms of, if you were scammed, 100 more people are going to be scammed if you don't call, Crime Stoppers and help us catch some of these people when we post them on there. They've been very good partners with us. We've had a lot of tips. We had a good arrest in March, and this case that we're on in Tennessee, if we don't catch that lady, we'll be putting her on Crime Stoppers.
Well, and I love that. And again, that is why our community is so strong, because we work together. So we appreciate you having an Economic Crimes Unit. Yes. We don't want to see money taken from any of our good people, and we certainly appreciate Crime Stoppers for helping to get the word out. Again, for all crimes, it's anonymous. anonymous so people don't have to worry.
Exactly. They're not going to get a subpoena. They're not going to be yanked into court. It's anonymous, but you have to go through Crime Stoppers.
Yeah.
And that's 941-366-TIPS. Mobile app, P3. You can download it. You can go to the website, www.crimestoppers.com, Sarasota.crimestoppers.com.
Okay.
And there you go.
There it all
You
is.
got it.
All right, well, a big thank you, Sheriff. I appreciate your
Absolutely.
time. Karen,
Appreciate
thank you
yours.
to Crime Stoppers for everything everyone is doing to make this such a wonderful place to live. As Karen mentioned, anonymous tips to help law enforcement. SarasOtaCrimeStoppers.com. We'll be right back.